Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Marion.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we got Dan in the booth. Say hi, Dan.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's great for me to be back. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Quite a bit because we were off for a while, and this is our third show back from the holiday break.
Yeah.
And you've been on the road a bit outside of the office. And
first time I've seen you guys since Columbus and the escape room.
We've missed you. Yeah. Our escape room didn't go well, for anybody wondering.
we did not escape, and Dan has literally been in Columbus until this morning.
Yeah. We well, I guess a few of us escaped then, but Dan was left behind.
That was the tax for not escaping the room. The limit, we had to leave one person behind.
Exactly. Sorry again, Dan, and we felt really bad. There were 16 people. You didn't get the rose for the rose ceremony, so
nobody knows what kind of ordeals he faced when we left him behind.
Yeah.
He was still in handcuffs.
You better know how to get out of that escape room now if you were there for a full couple days.
I brushed up on my Russian.
Good.
There's a Russian dictionary in our escape room.
It was hard.
We missed the front page where it told you what page numbers everything was on.
Really?
And I spent about 5 minutes literally finding the words in the dictionary.
Wow.
Which was hard because it's not the same alphabet.
Yeah, it was tough.
It's tough for him.
But you found a sweet jacket and a hat, Ross.
I did.
How will that jacket fit?
It was a little long. But, I can get my tailor to take it in. It'll be fine.
Perfect. What are we doing today?
Well, first, Dan will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure you tag at Star City Games so he can see them. Send his favorites over to us. As always, we are brought to you by Star City Games and sponsored by Carnox Chairs. If you'd like a Carnox chair, make sure you use our affiliate link. That is carnox.com/SCG. And you will get 10% off of your purchase.
Yes, you will. Get one of these nice chairs, bring it on home.
Be comfortable, lean back,
live
back
life.
and forth, do whatever you want.
Live life. You can sleep in these things too. I've seen some people in the feature match area at the SCG tour do
One
it.
of them was me.
Yeah.
Last week, I took a nap. It was
Impressive.
We are continuing our dive into Theros Beyond Death Standard.
Yes.
And we got some brews today.
Yeah, we're really
nice decks on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're going a little deeper today.
Yeah, we're going a little deeper. We also got I would say we each have one really good deck that we expect to to transition into standard pretty well. But otherwise we're going a little deep today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going deep with the aid of a couple of our fellow content creators for Star City Games.
Okay.
This first deck I'm playing comes from Sam Black, whose article on Enigmatic Incarnation. Did I get that right? I think I got that
I'll trust you on that.
I think it's
I know I would have got it wrong, so.
I have the word incarnate. Yeah, it's enigmatic. I got it right.
Nice.
Shouldn't have doubted myself.
That card is wild.
Yes.
That card is absolutely wild. It seems like some of these cards really have to be doing something over the top to have to play cards like Leyline main. That's the only thing that strikes off to me is Leyline is going to be insane against food or whatever, and it's going to be a game one, just kind of lights out card. But other than that, it seems against any aggressive deck or anything, it's going to be questionable at best.
We've got Escape in this set, a little bit more of that graveyard interaction, so it helps against those things. We'll see how prevalent they are. I don't think we're going to see a deck with 1 million escape cards because they all need so many cards.
They cannibalize each other for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that was sort of the feeling or the theory behind playing that card in this deck. But you can read Sam's article about Enigmatic Incarnation on Star City Games. That is live now. I believe it went up earlier this week. And this was his standard brew of the deck. This is a Sultai build. So we got some enchantment enablers, Leyline of the Void, like Corey mentioned. We've got the new preordained card, the Blue Omen.
Oh,
and,
yep.
And that green saga. God, what are the names of these cards?
Yeah, they're tricky.
These are the Binding of the Titans.
Yeah.
Why is that? What does that mean? What's the lore? What's the lore here? Do you know, Dan?
We're gonna find out, huh?
Why are the Titans bound together?
Yeah, we haven't seen the trailer yet, so I feel like it's still a lot to be uncovered.
But it's kind of like a birthing pod or a toolboxy deck. So we're going to be trying to find enigmatic incarnation. We're going to be sacrificing some enchantments after we've generated value from them, finding some big creatures, hopefully overwhelming you on the battlefield. But there's a lot of different moving parts here. We're not sure how well it's going to come together. The deck looks super sweet.
It's going to be worth a shot, that's for sure.
Definitely worth a shot.
So I'm going to be playing an enchantment deck as well, but mine is quite different. Instead of you trying to set up these kind of combos, I'm pairing just good creatures on rate, paired up with cards like Banishing Light and Prison Realm to be able to either help out with consolation enchantment-based effects, or, still just use them as good removal because white doesn't normally have great removal, as well as having, the new green-white Planeswalker, Calyx. I have multiple copies of Calyx to be able to find removal or creatures, since half of my creatures are enchantment-based as well. We got great creatures in the form of, like, the new Watch Wolf, the 2-mana 3/3 wolf, with some extra abilities.
Something lion, bronze.
Yeah,
Bronze lion, I don't know.
We'll take it. And then we also just have, hits like Vivian Arkbow Ranger to be able to kind of go over the top. That card is just great in general. But we'll see. I'm going to be kind of the more beatdown role, but it's not a super aggressive deck. We're kind of in the middle here. So we'll see if it's good or not.
Normally when you're developing these enchantment synergies, if you think about Enchantress decks in Magic's history, they're very slow. They're kind of prison-y. They're generating a lot of card advantage, or they're controlling. This one is a different take on it.
Yeah.
But in the last 10 years of Magic, things have gotten more aggressive. We realized the value of being proactive. So I think that makes a lot of sense to try to push you a little bit there, give yourself that opportunity to be aggressive, and still take advantage of these themes. And especially with the Pegasus, generating a battlefield of flying creatures. You're going to want to be able to supplement that with other creatures so that's not your first threat.
Exactly. And I mean, we talked about it on Tuesday, that these kind of enchantment-based decks that benefit off playing enchantments, you really want to have them be really cheap. You can't really do that with green-white. You're at most getting 1-2 Pegasus if you're really lucky on a turn after you play the Pegasus that makes other Pegasus. But it's still a little bit extra value you're getting while you're still playing removal spells like Banishing Light and Prison Realm. So I think it'll be okay.
Solid cards.
Exactly.
There's also the fact that you have a bunch of creatures that are also enchantments.
Yeah.
Normally, Enchantress decks are very low creature. The legacy version is just Argothian Enchantress, usually a Dryad Arbiter, Green Sun Zenith 4, and not much else. So now you have this incentive to put more creatures in your deck. That's going to push you in a more aggressive direction as well.
And something that you said, though, the Enchantress card that drew you a bunch of cards, that's something we're really lacking in this deck. You don't have that engine to kind of keep you going, except Calyx. Calyx is kind of the only way to do so, but we know Planeswalkers are a little bit more vulnerable than maybe some of the Enchantress-type creatures in the past. So.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
I see marbles over there still. We had a gentleman's tie.
A gentleman's tie,
But that means the marbles stay where they are. That means I'll be on the play for game one.
I like it. I'm pleasantly surprised by that rule.
And this hand looks quite reasonable. We're going to see a ton of cards and hopefully get our Enigmatic Incarnation online on turn 4.
Well, I know with all these preview cards, it's a little tricky to see from my hand if this is a keeper or not, but we got some aggressive creatures as well as some late game stuff here, so easy keep from our end.
Pre-game action.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Okay. Every time I do this, normally the game is over, so I'm in. Let's go to game 2.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
God, remember like the Hogak mirrors and stuff where it's just like, okay, the game's decided before you play your first land? All right, we're going to
Did we both have ley line? Now who has the answer to ley line?
Yeah.
Do you have 2 ley lines? Oh, I have 2 answers. Okay.
Okay, game continues. All right, we're searching for a land, so we're going to put that on the bottom. Pass to you.
Who drew the Mana Confluence so they can hardcast Prized Amalgam?
Yeah. Those games were just silly.
Okay, let's go with a forest and an Omen of the Sea.
All right.
So we'll scry 2, then draw 1. Nice little preordain.
I like it with flash, but you're like, you know what? Let's main phase it.
Sure. just gets it out of the way, so I don't.
I like it.
I don't want to deal with any of your nonsense.
All right, here comes some nonsense. The Eidolon of Obstruction, the one that stops the Planeswalker's loyalty abilities, and a card that we think is going to be quite good.
Yeah, definitely a fan of that one.
Sure.
I will play a Breeding Pool tapped and pass the turn.
Okay. All right. Not hitting the land we want, but still got a decent amount of options here. I think we want to start with, well, let's see. Tamiyo, we're not really afraid of next turn since you can't activate it. I think we'll go with this Herald here. Beginning of combat, pumps, and attack for 3.
So at the beginning of combat in your turn, target enchanted creature or enchantment creature you control against +1/+1 and trample.
And trample, yep.
We're really going beat down.
Oh, yeah, we are.
I'm at 17.
Your turn.
And a turn, second Omen.
Okay.
Ugh. Bottom both of those.
Okay.
Draw a card.
I'm pretty terrified if you got your enchantment.
Unfortunately, have not found it.
Yay!
So I will shock to 15.
Okay.
Play a Gilded Goose.
Honk.
And then play a Treacherous Blessing and draw 3 cards.
Okay. And now every time you play a spell, you lose a life. And then if it gets targeted, you sacrifice it. Got it. Okay.
Pass the turn.
Well, we kept a 3-lander on the draw, scried 2 things to the bottom that weren't land, and did not hit our 4th, so that's kind of a tilt. All right, we're going to move to beginning combat. Doesn't matter too much what we hit, but we're going to give this +1/+1.
Take 5, I'm at 10.
All right, and then just going to play... just going to play another creature here, just not sure which one. I think we're going to go with the lion.
Bronze Hide Lion.
Yes, pass to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that enchantment right now would be quite good.
It would. That's
kind of the point, huh?
Yeah. Through my 4 draw steps, 2 preordains, and ancestral recall, I have not found one.
We're both not getting what we want. I hate it.
Okay, let's play Cavalier of Thorns. I'll lose a life, go to 9.
Okay.
And is there... Oh, these are both Overgrown Tombs, so...
Okay.
Let's go to the graveyard, and I will pass the turn.
Land 1 time. Dang it. Dang it. We would have had a nice play here, but instead we are probably going to do nothing. We're probably going to do exactly nothing. Could just give the beatdowns here, which is probably correct. Try to sneak in a little bit of damage here. Probably going to block this. If I pump this, you maybe take 6. It's not great. It's not great. Yeah, let's just go with another Eidolon of the Obstruction. Pass to you. I don't think it's quite worth it to throw away a creature here when you can just make a food with Goose, sacrifice it, kind of gain some life that way. I think I'd rather try to hope to deal with the Cavalier than be able to get through without sacrificing a creature.
That was a good draw.
Did you hit it?
It's a good draw. Let's crack this Fable Passage.
Okay.
I'll get an island, sure. Don't think it matters.
Okay.
I'm going to play Enigmatic Incarnation. I'll lose a life. That'll bring me to 8.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go to my end step, sack the Treacherous Blessing so that I stop losing life, because I don't want to do that.
I think I know what's going to happen, and I don't like it.
I don't like it one bit. Let's find a Pelucanos Unchained.
Yep.
So this enters with 6 counters.
Love it.
And then before Corey can... I guess this is going to come... No, I have Leyline. Perfect. So then before Corey can uncap, I'm going to fight the Bronze-Hide Lion.
Okay.
It's going to get exiled from Leyline, so it's not going to come back as an aura. And you thought Leyline the Void was bad against aggressive
I
decks.
guess. You got me.
You're up.
Okay. Land. Nice. The Temple of T. Or the Temple of P in this regard. Wow. Okay, that was heinous. Yeah, we got one choice. Just play this. We could have landed one of our 4 drops on time. I think we easily win this game, but I think we're too far behind now. So, pass to you. Can't be countered.
Indeed, it cannot be countered.
And we can just make a giant land if we were to top deck a land. We, of course, know what's on the top of our deck, but still.
So, how do I want to do this? I have access to 8 mana. That's slightly awkward.
You're doing some stuff over there. I like it.
I guess I could... I guess that makes sense. Let's fight one of these Eidolons.
Okay.
So let's look at a 1. Then I can play Vraska Golgari Queen and sack the food to pay the mana and destroy this thing.
Okay.
Food down. And then end step. What do I want to get? I guess I'll sack the Leyline and just find another Cavalier.
Another Cavalier, yeah. I don't think I can possibly win now.
Just keep building my battlefield.
Yep.
So I will look at the top 5. Get a land. Hopefully. We did. Let's just get a breeding pool. I don't think it matters.
Okay.
You're up. I have 3 blockers for Corey's 2 attackers.
And my attackers are much worse than your than your blockers. I think we just have to hope that we can build up our board a little bit and just play the Archon of Sun's Grace past you. Try to get some Pegasus out of this, but I don't have high hopes.
Don't have a lot of removal in this deck.
Yup. Just Cavaliers for days.
Still only have access to 8 mana this turn because of I don't have a food.
Okay.
So I want to get the Pelucanos in the graveyard so I can escape it, but I don't want to escape it and then have Corey immediately answer it. I want to escape when I have enough mana to escape and then activate immediately.
Makes sense.
But I can use it now, kill this other Eidolon, and then start activating Vraska without having to
Pay mana. Yeah.
Yep, and do some other stuff.
Seems pretty sweet.
Does seem reasonable. Quite reasonable. So let's do that. Let's fight down the Eidolon.
Dead.
This goes there.
Pelucanos looks good so far.
Yeah, I
Really
mean,
good.
any sort of creature matchup, that's the kind of card that's going to be good.
Absolutely.
And now I guess I will.
Just think of that thing against mono red. Like, how's mono red gonna just, aim a bunch of burn spells at that thing to shrink it? That feels really bad.
Let's get a food.
Okay.
Let's tap it that way.
Okay.
Let's sack the new goose. Go to 9.
Sack the new goose. Keep the old one.
Play Leyline of the Void.
Okay.
This is 3, 7, 8. Yeah. I think we can start attacking pretty safely.
Yeah, I think you're pretty safe.
Let's get in with 1 Cavalier.
Okay, I'll take it. Go to 15.
15. End step. Sack this.
Go get another.
Yeah, I should have 3 if I know the list correctly, unless I've milled 1, which I haven't been checking.
Sure.
Don't worry, it was there. Had it the whole time.
Had it.
Then I guess I'll trigger this, and then you're going to be up.
All right, I'm going to untap and more than likely concede. Yeah, that's not great. Let's see, is there anything I can do to get out of this? God, Vraska is also so good against all my 3-mana enchantments. Yeah, you got this one. Can't do much there. That looked awesome, though. But I feel like if you didn't get this, you were in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, my deck just doesn't do a whole lot outside of that. Had the 1 Cavalier naturally, which was nice, held you off just enough, and found the, it was sort of just a race from the top of our decks. Like, you needed to find land 4, I needed to find Incarnation.
Yeah, I had Calyx, 2 Vivians, and the Archon in hand, so I was ready with a 4th land, but
Curve's definitely going to be glutted around 3 and 4.
Exactly.
A little awkward for the deck, but
for sure. Maybe a reason to just play Paradise Druid in this deck, too. Probably should, realistically. But...
that would make sense.
All right, Dan, let's take a question while we shuffle up for our second game.
You got it. Let's see here. From Okara115, what do you guys think about the possibility of a deck in Standard using Lazav the Multifarious to copy the new Titans that sacrifice when they enter?
Because they do trigger when they attack.
That's true.
So when you copy them, that's sweet. I've seen it with the Achilles card. It's like a neat combo. The red white 6/1.
Yeah.
When it ETBs, you have to pick a number that it's
at random.
That it says it's Achilles heel. If you copy it with Lazav, you never pick the number, and it's just pro everything.
Yeah. That card's really interesting. It sucks that it's white, red, but really an interesting card.
Yeah, definitely going to be a hard thing to make work with a blue-black 2-drop. But with something like Uro, you're a Sultai deck. You want to use the graveyard anyway, so surveilling is nice.
Yeah.
You're probably using the graveyard in other ways to escape. Maybe you're Tomioing, things like that. And then sometimes you just have the Euro in the yard and you just copy it for 4 mana, immediately attack, get your card and your Explorer.
Yeah, that card seems like quite a good combo.
Yeah, that's a cool thing to do in like a Sultai mid-range deck. And
Yeah.
you're also generating, your 2-drop is attacking for 6 on turn 4.
Yeah.
You're effectively adding 5 points of haste power.
That's if you surveil it into the graveyard, essentially, though,
Yeah,
right? Like, so.
But if you say you're trying to use the graveyard and like turn 3 you play Timurit Calls the Dead, that's going to mill 3, and then you're on your turn 4 it's going to mill 3 again.
Yeah.
So now you've seen 7 cards to try to mill Euro. A lot easier to do.
I could see there just being a Sultai kind of Euro, like Pelukranos, Lazov, and then you can play like Tameo there. You can play Cavalier of Thorns still, maybe. That's probably going to be pretty strenuous on the mana, but that seems sweet.
Yeah, something like that could work. That's a good interaction.
Yeah.
That's going to help you attack Planeswalkers, sort of, especially if you hit it off the second trigger of Timurit Calls the Dead with that theoretical curve. Like, your opponent sees, like, oh, they don't have much. They've got a Lazov out. So, like, they play their thing. You only have a 1-drop. You just mill Euro, play land 4, attack it for 6, draw a card.
Yeah, and the interaction.
Are we getting no cert on this?
We're getting no cert on this.
Is this not Copy Legends?
So, thanks to our good friends in the chat, specifically Komodo Drake, Eli Schifrin has confirmed that the Haktos Lazov combo doesn't work that way.
Really?
Really?
Why? Lazov just copies the card, right?
There
just becomes
since
it?
No instance was selected when the creature becomes a copy. Is what chat's saying, at least.
The what?
The Lazov interaction doesn't work since no instance was selected when the creature becomes a copy. Let me pull up Lazov.
Oh, this is with the red, white card.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about the Uro and Lazov, right?
Okay. Yeah, that one wasn't going to like work in reality anyway.
Yeah,
it was just neat. But because it's all part of that same ability, but it's 2 different lines of text. I don't know.
The one thing I really love about copying Uro from the graveyard, though, is if you're attacking for 6, a convenient number that hits is a Nissa right when they play it. So at least you can kind of, make them chump block there. It's not nothing, but
it's also a Tameo. If people are abusing the graveyard, we'll probably see more Tameos.
Yep.
It gets Vraska if that one pumps up. It gets Calyx if that one pumps up.
It attacks through Cavalier of Thorns.
Yeah,
which is a big deal.
Attacks through Cavalier. So that number at 6/6 is really important.
It's really key.
And that's a subtle thing that I don't think people, when they're doing their card evaluations of sets, they don't look at that. Obviously this set's going to exist in Standard for quite a while.
Yeah.
There's going to be different contexts, but if you're talking about immediate impact right now in Standard, you got to look at exactly what people are playing, the different patterns that are happening, and then think about where these cards fit into those patterns. And looking at exact sizing and how things are matching up is, something that
it's very important.
Yeah, something to be looking at.
100%.
So yeah, if the Haktos doesn't work, whatever. We want to be copying Euro. That one actually has real potential. Outside of being sort of a Mimi combo, which apparently isn't a Mimi combo.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, that's for sure. Okay, I'm gonna be on the play this game, and I'm gonna keep. Once again, we probably need a land within the next 2 turns, but we got a scry land, so good enough. You good?
I'm good.
All right, scry. That's not a land. Your turn.
I will shock to 18. Play Goose.
Honk.
You're up.
All right, we're going to play Eidolon of Obstruction and pass to you.
I will go to 16 and, I guess, pass the turn.
What are you going to play, bud? All right, so we're going to take 2. Now we have 2 new cards to choose from here. Which one do we want to play? Think we want to just get busy here.
14.
Okay. And we're going to go with the first games. Dun, dun,
First
dun.
Rowan games.
Love it. So we
Chapter
start at number 1.
You got your
1/1 Shaheen.
Featuring music by John Williams.
So Shaheen is your candidate, your hero to send into the first Rowan games.
Oh my God, we're doomed.
Yeah, you're not winning anything.
We're not winning anything.
No medals. we gotta fix this. We gotta get like I don't know who in the Magic community is going to be the best person at the Rowan games.
Yeah.
What are the events? I'm sure the lore has detailed the events of the Heroine games.
No kidding.
If they haven't, I'm going to be
Either
really
way,
mad.
we're sending Shaheen into battle
I'm
now.
looking at the art on the card. There's running. There's javelin throws. It looks like some version of Greco-Roman wrestling.
Wow.
So
I nominate Martin
Caber
Mueller.
tossing. I don't know.
there's definitely a grinder who wrestled in high school. I don't know who. So this land is not particularly good because I have lands, but it's not a shock land, which I like. The second mode here is put 3 counters on
3
creature.
counters.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get if you control a big and
Then you get to draw 2.
cards. Yep.
Yeah, this card actually might be insane. This card's going to be featured in a couple of my decks today. I was pretty excited to try it. It's either going to be amazing or it's going to be heinous. I'm not sure.
Yeah. There's no in between.
Yeah, there's no middle ground here.
So I'm doing this turn, and then
Play Tameo next turn.
Certainly not doing that. I have the next couple turns pretty well mapped out. I think I just don't want to lose life, so I'm going to leave them both.
Okay. This card's kind of sweet, I have to say.
Agreed.
We got you at 14 and I'm at 20, right? Or I must have taken 2 here. I'm at 18. Yep.
Yeah, 20 to 18. So we have
Alright.
the Incarnation. End step, we're going to sack this.
Can you sack itself?
No, it's other
Okay.
enchantment.
Gotcha.
And I could get Thrashing Bronted on here, but I don't really want that one to die if Corey has a removal spell.
Okay.
And this other card plays similar defense, which is all I'm looking for at this point.
Okay.
I think those are my only 2 options. I think there's only 2 3-drops. Yeah. So I will get Dryad of Elysian Grove.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I got it on my end step, so I can't play another land right now.
Nice. Yep. Got it.
2-4 versus 3-4 is not a big difference on this board. So,
True.
and then I will pass the turn.
All right. So we are going to draw, go to chapter 2. We're going to put 3 counters here, I think. I guess this gets more damage if I put it on the Eidolon. If that's something I'm looking to do. The main thing is, do I think Eidolon's going to live? And probably. Probably would be my guess. So... yeah, let's go like this. All right, we'll play our land for the turn. Fabled Passage, go get ourselves a Plains. Now we got some decent options here. All right, you want to cut?
Good.
Okay, I'm going to start by giving the beatdowns here.
No blocks. I'll go to 9.
Okay, and... I think we're going to go with... I'm going to unveil some Calyx action here. We're going to exile that, and we'll name this as our target. So if this goes away, you get this back. Wonder what mode it would go in. Probably under here.
Yeah.
But the Planeswalker can leave, so it probably wouldn't go under the Planeswalker. We're going to find out. I'll pass to you.
I mean, it's in the exile zone. We're
Yeah.
just the other thing is just sort of a mental shortcut.
Sure.
That's
Pretty good, right? Not bad, not bad.
So what
Well-
enchantment are you targeting that you control, Corey?
I'm going to target
his
my Eidolon.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really want to target the card that actually goes away via the text box.
Oh, why not?
I drew the perfect cards, so that's good.
Okay.
I'm going to play 2 lands because I'm allowed to do that. I guess I don't even need to fetch. We can do that later because all my lands have.
Oh,
the
yep.
types. But I drew my 1 of Thrashing Brontodon.
Okay.
So I get to blow up the Eidolon
Wow.
and get back this thing. I guess I can wait on that because I don't have an enchantment to sack immediately.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll pass. Like I might be able to get a free block out of this.
Okay. Draw. Trigger 3.
Oh yeah, with that trigger on the stack, I guess I'm gonna kill it.
It's like,
Okay.
come on.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Good thing you have to announce the trigger.
Yeah, no kidding. Almost got you. All right, so I guess we're going to take up. We go to the top 4 cards of your library, reveal an enchantment card from among them, put it to your hand, the rest in random order. All right. Good start. Good start.
Doing it.
All right, love it. Well, we don't have any great plays now. Guess we'll go with this and pass it to you. Yeah, that was a nice draw. That Brontodon was brutal.
As the kids say, perfect. So I'm going to get a cast Treacherous Blessing. We'll draw 3.
Okay.
Play my land for turn.
Okay.
The Dryad does not attack well here. I get to play another land, so that's good. So
Yeah, this deck looks pretty sweet so far, I have to say.
And I'm just gonna go to my end step.
Okay.
And sacrifice this and get my Pelucanos. Start trying to take over the game with that one.
Makes sense.
This is at the beginning of combat.
Yep.
And it's doesn't target it. Does it target itself? Yeah, it can.
Yep.
So I can wait for that trigger. I think all your stuff is sorcery speed.
Pretty much.
Your enchantment based. So yeah, you can go.
Okay. Draw. Chapter 4.
Get a gold.
Then it
token.
dies right away, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we get a gold token. I'm told that this actually adds mana. I thought the last stage was more of a meme. Guess it's not great, but all right. So we're gonna take up.
You got your medal.
Yeah.
Good job,
Oh.
Shaheen. Good job.
You did it. And I missed twice in my enchantment-based deck. So that
How many
feels good.
enchantments you got?
I don't remember the exact number, but it was quite a lot. Okay, well,
If you're at 15, then your odds of hitting are somewhere around 2/3.
that seems pretty close to the number. All right, so Prison Realm,
That will resolve.
target Pelucanos.
Trigger on the stack. I
Yep.
will fight here.
That exchange feels so bad. Yeah, I guess we'll keep this. Of course, it's a nice enchantment right there. Go.
Okay. Draw for turn. I have 7 mana here. So why don't we... all my lands tap for everything, so it doesn't matter how I tap
Yep.
anything. We'll play Cavalier.
Okay.
Get an island. These
Sure.
are in the graveyard. Play a Treacherous Blessing and draw 3.
God, that is disgusting.
I'm not sure if I have anything else to tutor for, but I don't want this on the battlefield. So,
Got a Pelucanos?
well, let's attack the Calyx first. So,
Okay. I probably want to block here to give myself a chance to maybe use the Planeswalker next turn.
makes sense. And I think it's just the Pelucanos. That's one of the awkward things about trying to. Oh no, I have another 4. Okay, perfect. We'll find Arasta.
Okay.
Oh no, even better. Better 4. Go already find.
Oh, yeah, there
Let's
you
get
go.
back Thrashing Brontodon.
Sam thought of it all, huh?
Yeah, I thought of it all. But one of the awkward parts about building a deck like this is that you need a lot of creatures to search for, and you
Yep.
need a lot of enchantments. And there aren't a lot of great enchantment creatures you want in a deck like this. Like we have the Dryad.
You can sacrifice this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's not a ton of overlap there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's hard to make everything work. This deck feels like it might be a little heavy in enchantments so far, but so far it looks
Seems pretty sweet
It's
so
definitely
far.
doing good things.
Yeah. All right. I think I got to tick up here. I guess I can try to just deal with your creatures a little bit. But now that you have a Brontodon coming back to get this back, I'm so dead.
Oh, I
All
forgot to play lands last turn.
Didn't need it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have them initially. I cavaliered into the land to play that, and I was like, oh, I'll just play the lands I draw off
Yeah.
of the Treacherous Blessing, but got a little
All right,
ahead of
so
myself.
I got a Banishing Light. Not really going to help me very much. All right. I guess I'll banish this. I guess I'll banish. Oh, it's also bad. I guess I almost want to banish this just because you're getting whatever you want back, really. Yikes. Go like this. So play a Scryland. And don't want that. And I'll pass it to you.
Okay, so draw, attack the Calyx down to 1.
Yep. Calyx has been good if I could have hit a little bit more. And the initial ability was actually pretty impressive, but the Brontodon to deal with it. But any removal would have also done it, so it's not like only Brontodon I was vulnerable to.
Yeah. Let's play Binding of the Titans. So each player is going to mill 3.
Okay.
Milled my escape card, which just sort of draws a card.
I milled the only card that could probably get me back into it. The Archon, that's brutal.
And we only make 1 land drop this turn. So play that. I guess we'll play the untapped one so that we can make a food and play another goose. So play Brontodon, play a goose, get a food.
Okay.
Now we can activate Brontodon and activate goose.
Okay.
I don't have any 3s I want to find, and I actually want this to eventually trigger, so I'm not going to sacrifice anything.
Okay.
Because that's a May, and I will pass the turn.
All right. So we'll tick up. All right. We have a Destiny Spinner. It's kind of interesting. Can animate some lands here. All right. So I'll play that.
It's equal to the number of enchantments you control, is how
Yep.
big it is, right?
Yep.
4 to activate, yeah.
So only a 3/3. That's not going to be super relevant at the moment.
Against a 3/4.
Not really. So we're going to Vivian.
Okay.
And I think we just have to go for a big blocker here. Put a couple of counters on this and say go.
Okay. I will make another food with the goose that was in play.
Okay.
I'll get my Pelucranos back.
Yeah, makes sense. I am just so excited for my 3rd deck now after watching you have fun with Pelucranos. I want to do the same.
So, exile up to 2 cards from graveyards.
Okay.
Yeah, for each creature card exiled this way, gain a life. I assume you have 2 creatures in there.
I do, yep. You want
You already have them graveyard relevant.
Nope.
Okay.
My whole deck
but I'll
is
gain
not
2, go to
good.
11.
Okay.
I drew my card, I think. Let's fight that thing.
Yep.
This gets us down to 2. I think I'd rather just attack the Vivian.
Yeah, you can kill either one.
Yeah, I can kill either one. The Vivian -5, I guess, is the actual most threatening part of it. I kind of want to get the Calyx out because the Vivian +1 isn't. So I think I'll attack the Calyx for 2 and the Vivian for 3.
Okay.
Maybe I was supposed to attack the Pelucranos first, but then I couldn't attack with this. We'll play a Leyline of the Void just so we have something to sacrifice.
Sure.
End step, we will sacrifice it, and we'll get, hopefully, I have another Cavalier in here. Yep, indeed I do.
All right.
We'll trigger that Cavalier, and then it'll be your go.
Ooh. And a 2-mana 2/2, probably not going to get the job done.
Nope. I'm about to get a Brontodon back again, get another Cavalier back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That deck looked sweet, I have to say.
Jeez.
Go Sam Black, huh?
Well, you're supposed to be this aggro deck that has some
Yeah.
ways to like play long,
Yeah.
but in reality, you're just not beating this deck going long.
Yeah.
Because I just generate so much value and go over the
Yeah.
top of you. And so the fact that you're not super fast is a real...
Definitely.
yeah.
Super aggressive decks are gonna punish that. Like, how do you beat an Embercleave? I guess Brontodon keeping out in play is
There's
decent.
only
but-
one Brontodon though, and like, how do you
Yeah.
how to like, you know, how do you beat like the flash decks? That's going to be a tough thing because you're
Yeah.
just tapping out for a 4-mana sorcery.
We'll see how it can adapt. But yeah, well let's head to the sideboard. Let's see. We'll play one more game, see if anything from the sideboard can help me out.
So, some disruption certainly should. If you can just stop the engine for a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
you were pretty close to closing that game out. I was at 9. You had like 5 or 6 power. If you
Yeah.
could just stop the engine. I mean, I had the one critical draw. I think.
And
I was
then yeah, if I
actually
would
pretty far
have
behind that
drawn
game.
a 4th land game 1, I for sure win that game because I got to Calyx your 1 blocker, put you down to like 3, and then I had Vivian to back it up too. So
Yeah.
would have been a different story there. So it wasn't as big of a blowout as it looked. It wasn't great, but we'll head to the sideboard here. We'll take a short break. We'll see if I can get any help for this third and final game of round 1. See you there. All right, everybody, welcome back to Sideboarding here at Versus Live with Green-White Enchantress versus, I don't even know what you call that. I don't even know what you call that concoction, but I like it.
Sultai Incarnation.
Sultai Incarnation. Okay, so from my end, I'm taking out this Herald. It didn't seem like it was powerful enough. You know, I mean, 2/3 body for 3 is already pretty weak. Pumping the creatures is pretty good if we're in a kind of an aggressive mirror match, essentially, where you also have creatures that are about the same rate as mine. Also, Vivian is kind of the same regard. Like, your creatures are so much bigger than mine that it takes multiple activations to actually do something. So I wanted to lower my Planeswalker converted mana cost down to Gideon, something that's still really aggressive that might be able to do a little bit more. And then Hushbringer seems excellent against you. And then Return to Nature to deal with the Incarnation itself.
Yep. And on my side, we're just going to try to get a little bit more mid-rangey, take a small bit away from the engine. This Cling to Dust, I think, is just a card that Sam likes quite a bit and is good when you're like milling over. And then you can get an escape card from their graveyard or just cycle it. But we just don't have space in the post-board game when we have all these cards.
Yep.
Casualties of War, I think, is excellent here. You have a bunch of Planeswalkers and a bunch of enchantments. So
my creatures are enchantments, so you can go enchantment on this and then creature for another one, get 2 creatures with it. That card seems
get
excellent.
A Banishing Light. Like, it's all just incredible. Another Disenchant effect is
Should have brought
solid.
in my Veil of Summers. What was I thinking?
Yeah. I can also, exile the Bronze Hide Lion with the trigger on the stack.
Yeah.
Just, little corner case scenario. And
I don't think the lion's an enchantment.
No, but when it dies, I can exile the card from the graveyard, so it doesn't come back as
Gotcha, yeah. I don't know how relevant that is, but yeah.
Corner case.
Exactly.
You got to see all the angles here on Versus Live. I haven't done a lot of winning.
Yeah.
I got to know every play possible.
Today's your day, man. I believe in you. You're off to a good start.
So the Cling to Dust, I think, is an easy cut. Leyline of the Void, while it is a 4-mana enchantment, it helps us get Cavaliers, which is our best creature at stabilizing the battlefield with a good amount of flyers. It is just a weak card, so I think trimming 1 is fine. Binding the Titans, another just a weak card. I think the Omen is significantly better.
Okay.
And the one Tamio is a pretty big liability against Eidolon.
Yeah, and I'm playing 4, can't really take them out. So
So I think cutting a Planeswalker makes sense. I'm losing the games where you actually get to be an aggressive deck and I stumble a bit. While Tamio is a good card, and I would like to be able to play it, it is a card that can get stranded in my hand or just not do a whole lot if I have to wait till turn 5 to cast it.
100%. I like it. All right. Well, let's take some questions from you, Dan, while we get ready for this third and final game here.
Absolutely. So a couple of people were wondering, specifically Millie Miltanks, our good friend in chat. Corey, why aren't you running Selesnya Champion in this list? In case for those of you that don't know, Selesnya Champion is a 1/3 for 2 and a green human warrior with Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Selesnya Champion and draw a card.
Missed that one?
Missed that one. Yeah.
that one was previewed pretty early in the season, over the holidays.
Yeah, no kidding. I looked through every single card twice for any green-white card, and I'm just like, yep, this seems like all the proper ones, but wow. Yeah, that card should for sure be in there. Should for sure. We missed the really key one with the mono white deck yesterday, and we missed that pretty key one, but absolutely. That is the kind of card I was talking about that we're really missing from this deck. I just didn't know it already existed.
Indeed it does.
So great question, great catch, chat.
There are a lot of cards that in this previous season we just can't really account for, especially when they come out the day that we start filming.
Exactly.
One of those in particular, I think actually seems very cool. Previewed by Alias V.
Yeah, the kind of Fertile Ground card?
No.
Oh.
That's Wolf Willow Haven. Alias V previewed a Mass Destruction spell.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Here we go. Shatter the Sky, white 2.
Okay.
Sorcery speed, of course. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card.
Okay.
Then destroy all creatures.
Interesting.
White 2?
White 2.
They're trying to make white good again.
That's kind of one of the ways you do it.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a good card.
That is a good Magic card.
Yeah.
Good Magic.
That is good. Wow. We'll see how that dictates standard a little bit. All right.
Importantly, it doesn't allow someone who's made a bunch of their lands, animated their lands with Nissa to draw a card and use it to blow up all their lands.
Yeah.
Now you have to deal with the Nissa first, But white has plenty of ways to do that.
That's true. That's true.
That card's good.
That one's gonna be a solid one.
Banishing Light takes care of that, right?
Exactly. Yeah, white has
Yeah.
plenty of ways to
Plenty of exile effects. Yeah.
Huh.
All right. Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive.
That's a good one.
Okay, well, let's get back to this third game. Keep those questions coming in. We'll get some in before we switch to round number 2. On the play here, I think we are a little land heavy, but we have a mana sink and we have a temple to manipulate a little bit. I think I'm going to keep. On the draw, I think I would ship this, but
this is a risky one, but I'm going to keep.
yeah, you already locked up the round one
I
victory.
already won the match.
You're on borrowed time. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, look at that top deck right there. That's like the blade right there. So it's not insanely good, but it's good enough.
Okay. Well, I needed lands, industrial land. So.
Okay. You got to no lander?
Mm-hmm.
That would be impressive. All right, Destiny Spinner, pass to you. You ain't countering any of my stuff, buddy.
Another land.
Okay.
Go to 18.
Sure.
This is the best no lander I've ever seen. I will cast the Binding of the Titans.
Okay, that's the mill 3, right?
Yeah, we each mill 3.
Okay.
Got 2 lands and a blessing. You hit Eidolon, return,
land, and return. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to gain 1 life next turn. That's
Not bad.
nice.
Not bad. Ooh, we draw an interesting card here. That is interesting. All right, we're going to start by giving you the beatdowns.
And we'll go to 16.
All right, and then we're going to get Shaheen to fight in our games again. You can do it, Shaheen. Win for a change. Go ahead.
We believe in you.
We need you to take this one down. The last games did not go well.
Need to up your cardio.
Yeah.
So
you get to gain 1, right?
Yeah, I'll exile the return and
Okay.
leave you in the land. I don't know if you have anything.
Does not matter.
So I'll go to 17.
17, yep.
This is on chapter 1.
Chapter 1. I did miss the sagas, I'm not going to lie. The Eldest Reborn is one of my favorite Magic cards.
I'm gonna go to 15.
Okay.
I think sagas are just like a card type that will be in sets.
I think so.
It's just a thing now.
They haven't been for a while, though.
Maybe it's only in certain sets, but like if they ever fit the theme, I think they'll
Sure.
be. Let's sack the food and just blow
Just
this
try
up.
the food? Okay.
Let's
Yep.
blow this up now.
All right. Fair enough.
And
Still
pass the
got some
turn.
value out of it. We'll take it.
Yeah, you got a 1/1, but I just don't want to try to put down a blocker and then have Corey, exile the blocker and get in a big attack. And
Yep.
then, so I take 3. I'm at 12.
12, okay. And we got this new creature here. Terranica? We'll save it that, sure. 3/3 Vigilance. When it attacks, untap another target creature you control, and it becomes a 4/4. And indestructible. Very powerful creature. Kind of doing its best, like what, Grimace impression?
Yeah. So this is a pretty threatening attack.
Yeah.
This is going to go to chapter 3, and I've got to decide which a creature or land I want to get back.
Back to your hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
None of them is great, but I think I will go with the Brontodon.
Seems right. Seems right to me.
This is going to be rough regardless.
I like that we have the red sleeves on the red side and the yellow sleeves on the yellow side. Do you think that was on purpose? So they blend into our mat when we set them down?
Probably.
Yeah.
Everybody else thinks of things like that. We don't.
Yeah.
That's above our pay grade.
We try.
Yeah, you nail it.
No matter what I do, I feel like I'm in really rough shape to a Banishing Light or Prison Realm. Or even a Calyx, right? Because you do have the Destiny Spinner.
Do have an enchantment.
So
we might get a game with our green-white brew that doesn't have one of the best green-white enchantment cards in it.
Indeed, you might. I am just going to Yeah, I just don't want to play a creature this turn because I think you have a thing. So I'm going to try to set up. I think I'm going to be taking a bunch of damage this turn anyway.
Okay. Reasonable.
And I will play a breeding pool and pass the turn.
Okay. All right. So we got a total of 7, 8, 9 damage coming in. We're going to move to combat.
Yep.
We're going to target this.
Yep.
All right. Send him in.
Take 9.
All right.
I'm a 3.
Shoot a 3. I'm still 20. All right. So I kind of got to expect there's probably a casualty of war coming. So we're going to go with a Eidolon.
Yep.
And Tumble Garden tapped. Well, actually, let's see here. Let's think about this. If we're afraid of casualties, maybe we should do the one thing that prevents casualties from happening. Let's do it.
I will be sad. So we did have the Banishing Light. We're going to take a big hit this turn regardless. Now we can try to set up for next turn and try to survive one more. We need to generate essentially 3 blockers. That seems really difficult to do in this deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to be able to generate 2 blockers. So
excellent.
I guess we actually need to generate more than that, don't we?
Yeah, because they're all lethal.
Well, because of the
yeah. I'm gonna have 5 lethal attackers. Well, lethal in a sense where 2 of them need to connect.
Okay, I'll just let that happen, and we'll try to scry.
Okay.
You
know, it'd be a nice one right now.
What?
Swamp Ritual set.
Could be. None of those help.
That'd be a GG.
Leyline of the Void certainly doesn't help.
Oh, hey, if you ever do kill my stuff, it's not coming back.
Yeah, we're just dead.
Okay.
Don't know what's going on.
Gotcha. Yeah, the casualties. Yeah. I think even with you were going to be able to kill this.
Yeah, it wasn't enough at that
point. And then I was going to hit you for 3. So playing this creature would have locked you down anyways, I think. But all right, well, you know, I wouldn't say I was impressed by the green-white, but, you know, we got a game there. Adding that, what was that card called? That 3-drop?
Citizen Champion.
Citizen Champion? Okay. Yeah, adding that would have been a nice one. So anybody looking to give this a shot and do a little better than I did with the deck, add that one. That was, and probably take out that, the 2/3 Herald that pumped. Just seems like a downgrade, you know, completely. But yeah.
The Sultai deck, while it looked good in this matchup, I have some issues with it.
Yep.
One, you know, the threats in the deck, the creatures are quite good. Cavalier is proven, you know, standard staple. Pelucanos looked quite good.
That's, I think, the best takeaway from your deck for sure. Yeah.
But I don't think I was doing anything to get them on the battlefield or make them more effective than just putting them in a standard mid-range shell.
Yep.
And you just had all of this sort of nonsense going on around it to generate a little bit of value. Mm. The one thing that looked pretty nice in the deck was Treacherous Blessing. And that card combos perfectly well with Vraska anyway. So if you just play it, I can just imagine a Sultai midrange deck with Vraska and all of these cards and like Paradise Druid.
Yeah.
Probably just working out better.
That Treacherous card is unreal. Drawing 3 cards, and even if it doesn't go away, like sure, the price of losing 1 for each spell will add up, but most of the time that's going to be like the last card you play, unless you just don't have a play on turn 3 or whatever. I think that card's the real deal. I also think Pelucanos is the real deal.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we've seen things like Painful Truths be very good in standard.
Yep.
And that was just a draw 3, lose 3 most of the time. You have to play 3 spells after this in order to have that be the case. Yep. By that point, you're probably very far ahead. You know, because you've drawn a bunch of cards and you're casting 3 more spells, so you've had time to deploy them. And with, you know, any of the myriad ways of sacrificing enchantments or destroying them, if it's ever a problem, you can probably deal with it. So I was a fan of that card. I think there's probably a better way to get all of these good Sultai cards into a deck.
Yeah.
But you know, Incarnation was fun.
Well, I'll let you know, Twitch chatters out there. Round 3 for me. I hopefully found a better way to use some Sultai cards because that is one I'm really excited about. But we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. We got round 2 coming at you. I'm going to be playing Gruul with the new Green-Red God. Let's see how good that card really is.
And I've got Is It Flash with a few updates from Theros Beyond Death.
Okay.
We'll get to those after the break.
All right, we'll see you there.